Okay, now this is for Adam 1 presidential campaign for the United States of America and White House, representing the Holy Spirit and the Father, Son. Again, this is YouTube, but it's in preparation for Adam IMAX and Julia Productions. And today I'm going to do one on Tinkerbell. All right, and we're online, we're ready to go. I'm going to say this, started off in the 18th century. I'm going to go there with it. Now, in the 18th century, there was a story about, and that's 18th century. However, it goes way farther back than that, but this is where I'm going with it. Now, there was actually, to the extent of a real fairy tale land going on in the forerunner over in the European consulate. That actually little fairies and elves and all types of different things, even dwarfs, were there, all types of things. However, the fairyland and fairytopia and all these things were existing there. And Tinkerbell herself took flight with the pan there in a secret domain of what was the Little Green Forest. Yeah, and where that happened is, I can tell you right now, in latitude and longitude, is 743 and 976. Now, what happened, though, is this. You see, Tinkerbell took flight, and with her, she had very much the apprendage of the only Pan herself, and even the second half of Pan, onto the marriage of what was the first Pan and Tinkerbell. And so therefore, when Tinkerbell took flight, she all of a suddenly would see the majestic glory of the fairyland and the fairyman himself, and all would extensively love to dance upon the leaves and the trees and the wind and also the beautiful landscapes and flowers, and enjoyed flight completely, and also had a great time having fun. And she was simply just there existingly to fulfill the stories of the fairyland themselves, and all the fairy kings and princes looked up to her very much so, and because Pan would make it so. And so it was always that way. There was always a dance, there was always a fun party to go to, of rejoicing, and also very much a good behavior, and also very much G-rated, I'd say. G-rated being, like, non-PG-13. It was G-rated. It was like God technology. It was good. Yeah, it was good technology, So therefore, Tinkerbell would take flight, and it was and one of the favorite things she would do for her own Tinkerbell spirit would be to go by in a certain tree and ring a bell when she wanted her Pan to come home, if he was out fighting or playing too much. And so that is the story of the first Tinkerbell. Her actual name that Pan called her was in those days, even way older than that, sounds like. But apparently you could say her actual name is Gambio Tasha Nepayo, which it's interesting because she had so many names, but yet she was very, very high-spirited and flew very fast, almost equaling and almost only to a 2% down. From 100% to 98% speed, she could fly that fast next to Pan. And that is the story of Tinkerbell of the Neverland. And thank you all, and thank you, Julia, my First Lady, and in campaign, and also Tinkerbell for your beautiful stories that you inspired out of the Neverland, and all the Never children.